Hi everyone, welcome back to Project No Buy. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how emotions fuel the purchase. So I'm pretty sure this is a video on my list of videos that inspire me from a while back is when I saw this. And it's a podcast that Paige Pritchard was a guest on. And I think it was on the channel Break Your Budget. So you can go check that out if you like. I, in general, really find a lot of value in Paige Pritchard's content. I think she's a great entry point to trying to change habits of consumerism. She covers things like the basics, unfollowing influencers, no purchasing from your phone, avoiding ads, and examines the question of what is overspending. And her answer to that is spending more than you intended, regardless of what amount it is. So that kind of plays into my discussions of this kind of phenomenon happening regardless of income level or ability or, class level, etc. She also talked about how emotions are the gas that fuels the fire of consumerism. And if there's an emotion we want to avoid, we can run towards shopping. And if there's an emotion we want to achieve, we can likewise run towards a purchase. We have also been extremely conditioned in our society to associate emotions with purchases. And in what might be my last reaction video ever, I wanted to go through some of these examples of people being excited for purchases and kind of demonstrate or show how pervasive this is. And I'll try to keep it quick because I don't want to spend too much time on reaction format content. I think I've landed in a place where that doesn't serve me anymore, and it doesn't necessarily serve my mission, and so therefore it doesn't serve my audience necessarily. I don't know. I mean, I've had mixed reviews on the reaction content, but today in particular, I wanted to highlight the emotional language and the emotional kind of backdrop of a lot of the purchasing that happens in popular media. So let's get right into it. This first video is a quintessential Target haul for fall. So again, we'll just watch a little bit of it and kind of get the gist of the emotions involved in this shopping haul.
I just picked up my Target order and I want to show you what I got. If you are not a fall girl or it's way too early for you to think about fall right now, keep scrolling. So I'm going to start with something that I've already seen other creators have, and it's this adorable espresso cup and saucer set. It comes in two colors. This one is the tan one. This one has like a really cute kind of scalloped lifted edge on the saucer dish.
All right, so right away, it's a fall haul. We're excited for fall. If you're not excited for it, you move on. If you can't share in my excitement, then this is not the video for you. She's already seen other people have these particular cups, and so there's a little bit of FOMO there, or a little bit of wanting to buy, getting into the cool club, getting into the fall spirit, getting into the cozy vibes. We're trying to purchase that, essentially. And we're being told that we can purchase that. We're being shown we can purchase that through the other examples of the content she's seen with these brown cups already. Nowhere in this video, we'll turn her back on in a second, but I can assure you, nowhere in this kind of mug haul does she talk about actually needing a new mug. It's not based on needs or functionality, or, the desire is not based in something with purpose. It's based on the emotions of it all.
And then the little cup is like just the absolute cutest. Color is perfect for fall. The other color, so I got one of each. So this one is tan. This is the brown one, if you want to see a side-by-side comparison. So the brown one, the saucer dish is actually different. It's a little bit flatter, but still has the cute scalloped edge. This one has a little bit more of like that orangey, rich, almost like reddish brown color, whereas this one's a little bit more taupey, more neutral. So it just depends on the vibe you're going for. They're both super cute, and I can definitely see myself drinking little coffees out of each of these. And then moving on, we have more mugs, because what is fall without like the cutest fall mugs? So next is this really cute green mug, and it has like this really adorable little dimpling at the top, and it is actually like, looks like just a little fingerprint. The color, perfect for the fall. The shape is unique. Like, I love a wide cup, but not one that's really big. Like, I don't have big cups of coffee at one time, so I like smaller ones. And this one just is so perfect and so cute, and the color is great. They're only not even six. They're $5.99. So this mug, and then also these two espresso cups. Each of these is $5.99. Like, I just bought a mug for $40 at an art festival. I love that mug and it's super cute, but also you can get mugs for $6 and they're still so cute. And Target right now has the best fall mugs.
So a recurring theme in all these hauls that we're about to watch is how cute things are, how adorable they are, how affordable they are. And again, she talks a little bit about the size practicalities of this particular mug, but the focus is on the color, on the aesthetics of it, you know, the desire for a certain look. And so that's where we are here. It's the emotions that are driving the purchase of all these mugs. She even shared that she purchased another mug for $40 at an art festival and is still acquiring more of this same thing. And again, I'm not trying to negatively spotlight this person or, you know, this habit that I myself engaged in as well. It's not about judgment or kind of negative feedback here. This is just to spotlight how we can all be seduced by these emotions of reasons to partake in something, you know, the value of it, the excitement of the new season, the fantasy of how cute it looks and matching a particular aesthetic. Also, the Target haul being such a normalized feature of society, at least online, on TikTok. You know, the Target haul is a quintessential kind of content piece, and that's kind of a pattern with a lot of these areas that we're about to see in today's video. Like, these are kind of staple pieces of content to share online. They're very normalized, very kind of condoned, very praised even, or aspired to. In the comments section, sometimes you'll see how much people aspire to consume in these ways. So it's like entering a community of like-minded people in a way. And it is very hard to enter a community of people that don't want to consume in this way in real life. And again, in real life, I have struggled a lot with finding these people. And even in my conversations in real life with people that I work with that I would otherwise consider friends, it's difficult to talk about these aspects of our society, consumerism, capitalism, etc., without having people kind of give up on you or deferring to the, you know, we're all kind of bodies on a rock in space, and therefore if I purchased a top at Old Navy, it doesn't really matter, you know, like, and I get it, I really do. But at the same time, what we perpetuate is what continues, and that little bit of energy of going to Old Navy and buying a top being allocated elsewhere does have a small ripple effect. I have to continue believing that. I have to keep my optimism. Let's watch another video. So this one is a shopping haul. Surprise, surprise.
Haul time, I spent over $500. So let me show you guys everything that I got. And I'm gonna tell you the prices of each item. I'm gonna start off with the shoes because I kind of went crazy on these shoes. Start off with these. I went to Foot Locker and I kind of went crazy. First pair is from Puma.
So we've already had price focus here and talking about how we kind of went crazy, you know, and again, emotions out of hand, out of control, excitement, joy. Let's see what she continues to say about the things that she bought.
These are so freaking cute. You guys don't like them, I honestly don't care. Look, so cute. Look how cute. These were $100, which honestly I don't think that's bad, right? All right, next pair. These are from Adidas.
There's a curious conflict here of if you don't like them, I don't care. And then these were $100, which I don't think is that bad, right? You know, asking for validation, but also kind of dismissing validation in the same breath about these shoes. It is a very emotional experience. It's not a case of like, oh, I really needed a pair of flat yellow sneakers and therefore I found these ones. Some hauls are like that, but I find less and less these days is it about the practical aspects. It's more about the excitement, the hype, the prices, the vibes, I guess.
I did get all my pairs from Foot Locker. Oh my god, my necklace. Look how freaking cute they are. I love how they're platform. These are so freaking cute. Just love bright colors on my shoes. Red and pink together. A last pair. I needed new running shoes. More of like gym shoes. These are so cute. Look at the details of this. They're like purple. Honestly, they're so freaking comfy. Like, it just feels like you're wearing like a sponge. Okay, that's all for the shoes. Now for H&M. Oh my god, I just realized I forgot to tell you guys the prices. The Nikes were 110, the Pumas were 100, and the Adidas were 100. This is the ticket and this is how much I spent. Anyways, H&M, I spent, I believe, $105. First, I got these jeans. Look how adorable these are. They fit literally perfect. I love how they're like wide leg. Then I got this tank top. Literally, look how freaking cute. Find some similar in Ross. So for sure, check Ross. Got some white sweatpants. Like, I've been needing some white sweatpants and I finally got them. Oh my god, I'm literally so bad. I have not told you guys the prices.
Okay, again, I find it odd these days to see people so focused on the prices of things and having that be normalized and having that kind of be a a thing that we share, and is not from a place of shame like I've been talking about deconstructing in my previous videos. Like, I don't think people should be ashamed to share what they spend on things, but I do find it a little bizarre that that's like a feature of hauls like this in a lot of cases. Not all cases again, but in many cases it is something that is kind of normalized. So let's move on. Another thing that I noticed but didn't want to spotlight directly was that 'tis the season of the back to school haul. And I did watch some of these privately and was a little disturbed at how pervasive the narratives are for younger and younger people. It seems like some of these people are going into high school and this is the content that they're creating. And again, I don't blame any of them in particular or specifically. This is just the landscape that we are living in now, the societal landscape. And that's what people aspire to be or aspire to do, or, you know, they see people achieving success in this way, and so that's what they do. They post their back to school haul, and, you know, the bigger it is, the more views. The more expensive it is, the more views. Some of the text prompts on the search here are about expensive hauls that people are ungrateful for, and so, like, the more emotional ties you can have in your haul content, the more views it will get and the more attention it gets. So here's the scroll through of the back to school hauls, you know, all the shopping bags, ungrateful rich girl haul right there, you know, poor back to school haul, all the bags there, watching 2 times because there's so much stuff to show. And again, it's happening for a variety of people at different price points. You know, that's kind of what I talked about in an earlier video, right? It's not that any sector of society is necessarily safe from this kind of marketing or this kind of narrative of this behavior being a good thing to do. You just have to find the right way to do it for you. There's probably sustainable back to school hauls on here too. And again, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a problem, but I guess it's kind of like the underconsumption core phenomenon that happened a while back as a trend. And it's like people did have problems with spotlighting what should just be normal or kind of glamorizing what less affluent people have to do in terms of just how to live, what, you know, how poor people live being a trend. And I'm not necessarily trying to comment on all of those nuances here in saying that there's probably sustainable hauls. There's definitely hauls for, you know, poor back to school hauls was a prompt here. It's just that nobody is safe from being marketed to in that way, I guess. All right, next we have a Shein haul.
I might have shopped a little too much. Finally got my hands on the leopard skirt. I'm going to put the on next weekend, so I'm going to be...
So the reason some of these are in here is because they were showcasing the excitement for upcoming occasions. So there was fall, there's traveling, there's back to school. This is, again, an emotional experience. We're trying to do something or go somewhere, or something is happening in our lives, and so it's time to buy something. It's time to shop. We are shopping our way towards this positive emotion, or shopping our way away from the stress of this emotional experience.
Low-key been in my Hailey Bieber era with these leather jackets. I thought it was a little bit bigger, but it's fine. Still very cute. Ooh, yes. It's gonna zip me up right at the top. I don't think you realize that I will not be shopping anymore for the next year with all these outfits.
Even the delivery here is emotional, right? Like we're expressing this kind of chagrin for shopping so much. Like that's kind of what she's saying now. And we're also kind of very kind of excited in our vibes, very emotive in our language. And honestly, I see it on this channel too. The videos that I'm more emotional in get more views, get more kind of reach. To some degree, I guess it's what the people want to see. And when channeled into forces of consumerism, as in the haul genre, I guess, you know, there's a deadly cocktail of emotional excitement plus shopping plus the idea that we can get some of that for ourselves through engaging in the shopping behaviors.
Look at this cute dress. Oh my god, and it like ties in the front. I can already imagine myself taking a sunset photo with this. Thank you. Look at this one. It's the season of mini skirts. If you know me, you know I love a good set. This is the top, and these are the pants. Ooh, it's giving office baddie. I got this cute like flowy pants.
So I think we get the picture. She's imagining herself taking a sunset photo. Like it's very highly charged, emotive kind of delivery, and the fantasy is like palpable, right? And so this is how we get sucked into this. This is how we, in some cases, throw our morals and values out the window and do the shein haul, right? Again, not speaking on her in particular, but just, again, you know, bringing it back to me, people like me or myself directly. That's how I have slipped up and failed what was supposed to be a no-buy challenge every single time. And that's the key, I guess, to understanding is like the emotional awareness and I don't want to say control, but tactics, I guess, for redirection in a productive way and being, I guess, appropriately upset about the right things maybe comes into play a little bit here. I played a festival in July, very end of July. So I think I'm going to talk about it in the August recap because it did involve some of my monthly purchasing, but I will save that for the recap. One of the pieces, though, was inspired by the righteous anger that when we feel it, we can enact real change in the world. And so that was really inspiring. The piece was Vigil by Lael Chaker. And if I can find a recording, I'll link it up here. It probably won't be the one of me playing in it, but the piece itself is very beautiful and inspiring. So at least to me, again, if you are not a huge classical music fan, maybe not for you, but, or it's not, you know, it's probably not what you would think of as classical music either. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to the next video. This is, I think, another shopping for a specific occasion. Let's see.
Hello. We're currently in the parking lot of Ross. I need an outfit to wear to go see Kesha. Literally, we are seeing Kesha this weekend. We're going for the 2010 era, okay? So let's keep our fingers crossed so we can find some shit in Ross.
I love to rhyme.
Let's go. Keep your fingers crossed, people. They are fully stocked today. Found these cutie little bloomer shorts. The goal is to also order stuff off Amazon. Keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna set you guys up and show you guys what I found so far. This is not Kesha related, but it's coming home with me. My girlfriend Neil, love her little blue jersey she wears, and I found this and I had to get it. I wanted a pair of black bloomer shorts to do like leopard or cheetah tights underneath it or fishnets. Yeah, see the vision? I had to get some sort of off the shoulder black top, and this is all I could find. I think it'll work just fine after I accessorize. I need to leave now. Kesha goodies are secured, and then some, because I can never go into Ross or any store like so without getting something extra that I really don't need. Okay, the rest of that outfit is going to be purchased off Amazon, and I will be glitterified.
I will be glitterified.
Can't wait to show you guys the finished product. Thanks for hanging out with me. You know I love you. Bye.
All right. I don't know what the finished product looks like, and you will not either. Sorry about that. But the goal here is to get an outfit for the Kesha concert, and the goal is also to get stuff off of Amazon. Like, that is no longer my goal, so I'm just projecting here, I guess. But again, we're focused on an objective that doesn't include sustainability, using what we have, the emotions of being excited for this concert, and funneling that excitement into a new purchase. Run high, right? Like after going to my summer concerts, Sierra Farrell and Hosier, have firsthand experience recently, I guess, of the excitement of the concert experience. And it is something to behold, honestly. And it can lead us to do things that we regret later and or don't match with our values. But I think we should try to fight against it a little more rather than give into it every single time. And as with every topic I speak about on this channel, I will be directly hypocritical to these things. And again, maybe I'll save that for the August recap video. And we can move on to the next example of excited shopping. And this is an example of being excited for a new launch. So being excited for the way that the company directly manipulates their consumers into going and shopping. So let's
Come
watch.
shopping at Ulta with me, and you guys, I'm so excited because Verse has finally launched at Ulta, so you better believe I'm going to pick up a ton of their products, as well as stock up on some other products, so let's get into it. There she is! So first and foremost, we obviously have to get our Versed products. Definitely going to stock up on the skin tint. This is one of my favorite skin tints on the market, and I love that there's SPF 40 in it. And I am the color Light Warm 4W. Like, look at how beautiful that is. I also need to pick up more of their blush, and I already have the color Deco at home, so I think I'm going to get the color Pinch and Bloom. This is Pinch.
So again, she's going into this store because this brand of products has just launched at Ulta. And so it's the newness factor. I mean, these kinds of things are directly manipulated by the companies, right? Like they know, oh, if we launch in Ulta, or if we have a new version of this product, or if we do a new release, then people will buy. Like that's just how it works. And they put a lot of their marketing and effort into getting the word out, getting the hype out, getting the influencers excited, having people make videos like this showing that they're excited about these things, and basically drumming up the hype. And it works. Like the emotions Without that, we wouldn't be as attracted to going in and buying these things. If this person didn't seem excited for it, then we wouldn't feel that secondhand either. And I do think that this kind of transmission of energy is a human superpower. And I think that's why, incidentally, people don't like AI, because it kind of lacks the human quality, whether or not it's good at going through the motions, rather. It lacks that human excitement. We don't think that it shares in the emotions with us because it's based in machines, right? So without that element of connection, of emotional sharedness, it kind of lacks the appeal. And, maybe there'll be a silver lining in AI influencers in that people will be more disillusioned with these kind of fake displays of emotion. We already know that sometimes the influencer displays are fake as well, or overplayed because of the engagement, because they want to connect with us and because they want to get more deals with companies, basically. And the more emotive the content, the more engagement it gets and the more, I guess, deals they'll be offered. But again, here it is at play. I think I have one more video about being excited again for, this one's about a new apartment. I saw countless videos, actually. The prompt I just typed in was hauls, but there were a lot of videos about people being excited for various things, like the trips, the back to school, the concerts, the new releases, etc. The quantity flexing, that was another big one, being excited about having so much stuff. And this last one, I think, is a new apartment shopping experience. So again, channeling that excitement for moving into your first new place, into purchasing a bunch of stuff. And in this case, I think what I flagged this one for was, it seemed like this person didn't even really know what she needed and was just riding that high of excitement to get her through the shopping experience and kind of ask the questions later.
Moving out, guys, for the first time in a month. I'm so excited, which means we have to go to IKEA and do a whole shopping trip because I literally have nothing right now. Let's go. So right now, guys, we're working with a very humble apartment, if you will. It's just a 1-bedroom. So we can't go crazy, okay? I can't fit that much in it. We're mainly shopping for like plates, cups, utensils, things of that nature, because I don't really want to get like lamps or anything here. I kind of want cool vintage stuff. I need a Tupperware, but do I buy these or like a set? I feel like I should buy a set of Tupperware. We're just gonna get 2 Tupperwares for now because I don't know how many I need, but like this is a good start, I'm just one person. I'm so small. I'm so Bella Hadid. Okay, but real talk, I don't know what chairs to buy because I don't know what table I have because I don't even know if my apartment can fit a table. This is cute. We got this because I need a place to put all my makeup and like to sit down and do a makeup, but I don't want like an actual chair. I think this is cute. We need a strainer. Oh my gosh, I feel so adult. Every time I'd walk into IKEA, I'd be like, I can't wait till I have my own house to like do all these things. And now I'm like, let's put the strainer in here. We need one of these guys. A mandolin for all of my needs. Oop, I need one of these, a little peeler. I'm having so much fun. The thing is, guys, I'm really picky with my stuff and I'm like, why would I get these scissors when I could get cute pink scissors? I feel like a 45-year-old man who's like, these look nice. I just want...
All right, so what I've heard so far is that we care about getting a vintage version of something for an aesthetic, but not for reasons of sustainability. We care about getting pink scissors, again, for reasons of aesthetic, and, picky about our stuff when it comes to how it looks, rather than how it functions necessarily. And again, I don't like to roast this specific creator. It's not something that's just her doing it, but I do think that in the excitement of having your own space and having the freedom to set it up the way you want, and, it doesn't sound like there's a whole lot that she's bringing into it from any previous situations or that anybody is able to pass down or able to source. She's not at Goodwill first, that's not how we're starting this out. We're not on Facebook Marketplace sourcing our furniture. And it's really kind of difficult to talk about these things without seeming like I'm making judgment calls on this creator and her own habits of consumption. But I, first of all, have concluded that I can't avoid sounding judgmental no matter what. And second of all, I also have reached a point where it's really not about individual actions. It's not about individual mentalities. It's really collective. And it's one of those things where this is the example that's normalized, where we have moving into a new apartment, going straight to IKEA, contemplating the new things and getting kind of the mass-produced, cheaply made versions of everything new and one for everybody. And again, there's multiple different avenues or solutions or ways to go about living, ways to go about moving into a new place, ways to go about acquiring the things for a new place. And again, I'm not saying this person is bad or doing it wrong or should do it a different way. I'm not saying that I have never been tempted to get the Weck jar or whatever it is that's currently trendy and aesthetically appealing. But I am saying that it would be nice to see other ways of living normalized and also people getting excited about, right? And I guess people getting excited about for reasons that aren't ethical, if that makes sense. So, you know, I'd love to see people get excited about a beach cleanup, not because they're doing something good for the world, but because they're actually excited to be there. Maybe that's too much to ask, because that's, you know, doing a beach cleanup is like doing work and nobody actually wants to walk around picking up trash. But the excitement, I guess, that we will feel is the kind of virtue ethical kind of excitement from that kind of thing. So maybe this is a pie in the sky kind of wish to have, but the excitement centered around consumerism towards acquiring new things or related to establishing our identity through stuff is something that I am kind of dismayed whenever I see now. And I am not exempt from it yet, and I'm continually working to become exempt from it. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing to be excited when you get something new, or excited at the prospect of something new, or something that's more you, or something that expresses who you are, even if I don't necessarily believe that a pair of shoes expresses who you are anymore. You know, like, that's not something that I want to believe in or worship at the altar of. But here we are, closing this video in a nice sunny tone and a nice positive message, as usual. I guess I never even really covered the specific emotive language examples that people often use in influencer videos as well. People say they're obsessed with things. People say you need this thing. People say, again, we did get a lot of, it's so cute, it's adorable, it's, you know, insert positive adjective here. And once you start, I guess, seeing it and start feeling it and start kind of detaching yourself from participating in it, it almost does feel like you've lost something in a way. I've lost access to this community of being excited about shopping. And I guess it's kind of like mourning the self that I used to be in a way, but also trying to channel positive emotions into being this new self. And if any of you have advice for that, without doing it in a virtue signaling way, you know, without kind of projecting better than thou kind of vibes or self-righteousness, I would love to hear your input on that, because that is the struggle that arises. You know, I do feel like I can't make similar content to this, you know, like, oh, going to Goodwill to look for drinking glasses or whatever, without seeming like it's virtue signaling. You know, I don't feel like it would be read in this day and age societal context as, oh, I'm excited about something, because I'm not excited about acquiring the thing, I guess, is the core of the matter there. Like, I'm not excited about the shopping of it. And so maybe it's just not possible to engage in this community in the same way anymore. The excited about shopping, excited about a purchase, relieving emotions or emotional distress or excitement through some kind of purchase is just something that I can't, something that I just don't have access to anymore. All right, I would love to know where you're at. And with that, I will say bye for now and see you in the next one.